Hello, welcome back to the start of another weekly vlog. I am so glad to be sitting down and chatting with you again. I am very sorry there was no weekly vlog last week, but my camera wasn't here and I didn't feel like vlogging on my phone. That's the gist of it. I could have done it on my phone just like I did for a whole year before I got my camera, but there are so many nice things about filming on a camera versus on your phone, and I didn't feel like going back to the phone. The biggest part was I don't have my handheld tripod that holds my phone with me. I left it in New York because I don't need it here. I use the one for my camera that's handheld, and then I have the big tripod that holds my phone if I'm doing a live. And obviously I could have held my phone like this all week, but I truthfully just didn't feel like it. And it was kind of nice to have a week off that I didn't vlog. At the same time though, there were a lot of things I wanted to tell you that some of them I jotted down and some of them I didn't. Some of them I'm sure will just come to me over the course of this week and then I'll be able to update you. But I'm excited to be back. It is Monday evening. I just got done doing a Zumba class that my friend Lisa recommended. It's a Zumba instructor that she had taken with in person a lot before everything shut down. And she said she'd been loving his live classes and I should try it out because I have been on the hunt for live workout classes. I am getting back into a groove and it's been really good so far. The past week or two, I felt really good, but I have found that if I do a live class, I am way more likely to stick it through to the end, not stop and check my phone in the middle, and actually try. It's better when it's on Zoom and they can see me too. Those are the best for me. The live spin Peloton classes are okay too, because the live I can't pause it and check my phone, but it's much better if it's on Zoom and the instructor can see me too. So I asked for recommendations on Instagram, but if you aren't on Instagram or you have thought of something else, if you know of any places doing live classes, paid or free, I mean, free is great, but I am completely down to support instructors that are teaching live via a Zoom right now. I'm so down for it. I was paying an arm and a leg for a gym back in New York, so it's nothing compared to that. I am happy to support instructors and to take some live classes because it's just such a better workout for me than me trying to do it on my own or even watch a YouTube class. So I just finished up with that. So now I need to go cook some dinner and then the Spurs game starts at 7. I'm so glad that basketball is back. It is making me very happy. I have some news for you. I have good news and I have bad news. I guess we start with the bad news. I feel like when someone asks what you want, you always say, let's start with the bad news. So the bad news is I am canceling the Plan with Lakin event. I postponed it twice. It was originally scheduled for March, and then I postponed it to June, and then I postponed it again to September, and it doesn't look like that indoor space for that many people is going to be open by September. And given the food and drink minimums at the location, if I cut it back to a certain number of people based on whatever the regulation is in New York, I know it's still 6 weeks away and I could possibly make it work, but based on my conversation with the location, I don't think I'm gonna be able to make it work right now. So I have decided to just go ahead and cancel it and refund everybody that bought a ticket. And hopefully when everything gets settled, I can figure out something in the future. And maybe it's outside, maybe it's just a smaller group, maybe it's, I don't know. It just might be a while before the Plan with Lakin events become a thing because that's just where we're at. I think we've all had this time where a lot of stuff has gotten canceled or gotten taken away from us. But then on the flip side, we also have been able to bring things into our lives that we weren't expecting to bring in this year, or it kind of gave us that extra oomph to do it. And one of those things I've talked about before are the lives. The weekly Lattes with Lakin is something that I love and is definitely a creation of working from home and being able to chat with you more. The other one is the good news that I have. If you did not see it in my video that went up 2 weeks ago by the time this vlog goes up, or on Instagram, I have started a Patreon. So I have wanted to find a way to be able to give more to you in terms of focused attention and specific content that is towards your goals, because a lot of what I share here on YouTube is about my goals. And so I created a Patreon to help focus on you. And so if you want more information, I will link it below. I'm not gonna go on and on again in this video. So if you want more information, I will link it below and you can go check it out. I am so thankful. Thank you. I can't say thank you enough to the, as of a couple minutes ago, 83 people who have joined my Patreon. I am so honored. It's just like, I just am very thankful. So I'm really excited to keep that going and see what else develops from it. I have a gazillion ideas, and I've started very simple, and whatever else I bring to fruition, I just have to see. But that's basically it. That's the update on what's going on in my world. I feel like I did share a lot more on Instagram stories when I didn't have, like, when I wasn't vlogging. So hopefully you were still up to date on what was going on with me over there. But I've just been trying to focus on my health and focus on my patrons. I feel like a little bit, what's the word? Like, I said in my quarterly goals video that I wasn't gonna focus on my health this quarter, and then I changed my mind. I don't know if it was the fact that my parents got a spin bike at this house, which they ordered back in March, by the way, when everything first shut down. They were spending a lot of time at this house. And then, so they ordered a spin bike for this house then, and it just arrived in July, which is crazy. It's not a Peloton, it's a Schwinn. I am not sure how you say it, but it's not a Peloton, it's a different brand, but you can do the Peloton classes, and it's like way less expensive. But so that is here, and I feel like while I have that before we head back to New York, I want to take advantage of it and do spin classes, and I just have gotten kind of extra motivated. I don't know. I'm not sure what kind of kicked that into high gear, but I do feel a little silly that like a month ago I said I wasn't going to focus on my health this quarter, and then I'm very much making it a priority in August. But it's not to say I'm not making the other things a priority as well, but I'm excited. I also got a new health planner, so that probably helped. Video coming soon. I got a golden coil planner to specifically focus on health, and so I think that is also helping me get motivated about it. Okay, one thing that I have been talking about on Instagram that I want to make sure that I mention here is this water bottle that is massive. Like, there's my hand for size, or like, you've seen the size of this cup, it's huge. This is massive, but I am loving it. It's only been a few days, but it has been so awesome. So I am not actually drinking out of this cup. There is a straw in there that you can drink out of this cup, but I need ice cold water. That's just something about me. I love ice cold water. So what I've been doing is pouring it over ice into my other cup with the straw that I usually have that keeps my water cold. But I've just been using the times to make sure that I'm like on track. So it's about 6:30. So I'm a little bit ahead of schedule, which usually happens when I work out. I get a little bit ahead of schedule because I'm drinking more while I'm working out. And so now all I'm gonna do is, maybe with one hand. So now all I'm gonna do is pour the rest of this water in there. Let's see how high up it goes. Almost to the top. And so that is all I have to finish for the rest of the night, and then I will be done. And I will have finished, this is a whole gallon of water, 128 ounces. I learned about it from Hand Can Plan on Instagram. I will link it below. They have a ton of different colors besides, I chose this one, which said it was a blue ombre. It's a little bit more teal up here, and it's a little bit more kind of purpley down here, but still beautiful. So all it does literally is it sits here all day. And then as I need water, I fill it up from here instead of the fridge. I like how I say I'm working on my health, and I'm about to show you something kind of like stupidly unhealthy. But one of the things that I've had to figure out being down here in Texas, since we're not ordering takeout down here in Texas, since we don't totally trust all of the restaurants, I had to figure out a way to have easy meal nights that weren't really cooking, because I was getting very, very sick of cooking. And Sam was even helping with cooking, and I was still getting sick of cooking. So what I did was when I grocery shopped, I looked for like frozen meals besides just frozen pizza that I could make that would just be a whole meal in a thing, and voila, this is what I bought. It does have vegetables. I don't actually know how bad for you it is. Let's see. Well, I guess it depends on the size of the serving that you take, but $2.40, that's like not even a whole meal. So maybe it isn't that bad for me. I think I just assumed that anything with cheese isn't good because I just love cheese that much. But I'm excited. I'm excited to try this because I'm behind on filming because my camera just got here today. I need to edit the weekly vlog, and I was gonna do it before the Zumba class, but then work ran late. So I need to do it like now. So I wanted to do something easy for dinner tonight. Good morning. It is Tuesday, and I'm moving a little bit slower today. I stayed up later than I wanted to watching the Spurs game, and then they lost. And then, so I stayed up late, and then I slept in a little bit later because sleep is super important to me. So I already knew that I was planning to cut out my morning walk because there was just not gonna be any time. But I wanted to hop on here quickly and update you on the nail situation. I talked a lot about nails in my last weekly vlog, and I just wanted to let you know that I still have not tested out the dip system. I still haven't gotten the courage to try it out, but I have been loving the Dazzle Dry system. I ordered new colors and those came in, and I used one last week, and I just got my first chip this morning. And so it's about a week, which is, they claim that it would last like 2 weeks. To be honest, a week is way longer than normal polish would have lasted me, so I am happy with it. And then I'll tell you what happens normally when I get a chip is I just go ahead and pick off the rest of the nail polish. Like, I don't even bother trying to fix the chip or just fix that one nail. Like, I just pick off the rest of it and then repaint them if I have normal nail polish on. I'll tell you, I tried to start picking, this happened all while I was reading my book this morning. I tried to start picking at the Dazzle Dry, and it was like hard. It was hard to get off. It doesn't just let me pick it off like normal nail polish. So I still am planning to redo my nails today because I want to do a different color anyway, but just something to know that like this system isn't going anywhere. Like it stays put. And so if I, instead of starting to pick, had just fixed that one chip, I probably could get this to last another, at least a few days, if not another week. My other struggle is my nails grow very quickly. So they were getting a little bit long anyway. So even if it hadn't chipped, I was already kind of thinking like, I kind of want to take it off so I can shorten my nails a bit and repaint them. But a week is definitely progress over normal polish. So just thought I would update you on that. Hello, it is Tuesday evening. I had a very busy day at work. There were a lot of things going on. And then I got ready super fast because then I had lattes with Lakin, and then I just finished filming my goals video. Definitely later than I normally like to film. I usually film the goals video the last weekend of the month, and then it goes up the first Friday of the month. That's just like, that's what I've always done. So that kind of could have been the weekend we were in Austin. Like that was technically the last weekend of the month. But I had actually planned to do it the first weekend in August and then have it go up this Friday. And then my whole camera situation, and since the camera just came in yesterday, here we are. I just finished filming it. But what I wanted to talk to you about is my new favorite app. And this came at a recommendation from one of you, and I tried to find the message in my DMs and I could not find it. So if you were the one who recommended this app to me, you're the best. I talked about wanting to track my sleep, and not just the hours that I sleep, right? Because that's easy to just look at, like, this is the time that I go to bed and this is the time that my alarm goes off. And I know that I get like a good amount of sleep. But what I wanted to track was how good was my sleep? How often was I in deep sleep? Where is my heart rate? Like, I wanted to track all of that. And I know that a lot of people who have Fitbits will just wear their Fitbit to bed and track their sleep that way. My mom being one of those people. And I can do the same thing with my Apple Watch. The problem with my Apple Watch is it dies, especially if I exercise. It won't make it through the night. It would die overnight and then it would be dead the next day when I want it to not be dead. So what I've been doing is at night, this actually helps me accomplish another goal as well, which is brushing my teeth and like getting ready for bed right after we finish dinner. That way I'm not like, I don't get tired and then get lazy and then don't do any of it. I don't put on moisturizer, I don't floss my teeth, etc. So what I've been doing is after dinner, before we like sit down to do nothing on the couch, most of the time, I will have accomplished all my Apple Watch rings at that point. I go upstairs, I wash my face. I don't need to like take my makeup off most days, but I still wash my face, even if it's just with micellar water. Put on moisturizer, brush my teeth, floss my teeth, and then put my watch on the charger. And then I come back downstairs. And while we sit here and watch TV, I let my watch charge. And then when I go upstairs to go to bed, it's at 100%. Then in the morning, it's usually at like 70-ish. It doesn't lose like that much overnight because it's not doing that much because I don't have any notifications going off and it's not really doing a whole lot. But I do charge it for 10 minutes in the morning while I like go to the bathroom, you know, splash water on my face, brush my teeth, like do my morning in the upstairs. So I wake up, it's next to my phone, which is my alarm. I take it off my wrist and put it on the charger, go do those things in the bathroom for like 10 minutes and then pick it up on my way down. It's usually somewhere in the 80s when I'm heading downstairs, and that's been getting me through the day. So that is how I've been managing my Apple Watch if you're an Apple Watch user and you're concerned about it running out of time. Okay, so the name of the app, 4 minutes later, is called Auto Sleep, and it actually came in a pack pack. Like you could buy it by itself, or you could buy it in a pack with 2 other apps. I ended up buying the pack because there was another one that I was interested in, and the pack was basically the price of 2. You got the 3rd one free. So I haven't used the 3rd one yet, but I've been using the other 2, but you can buy it on its own. It's not free. It's like $3 or $4. So it just FYI, if you're like someone who never buys apps, then stop listening. But it is called Auto Sleep, and it tracks so many things. Like look at all these stats that you have. And it basically gives you rings, just like the Apple Watch, but it's for your sleep. So the outermost ring is how many hours you were asleep. The second ring is your quality sleep, so your heart rate was below a certain level. The next ring is your deep sleep, how many hours were you in deep sleep. And then the inner ring is your heart rate. So there's 4 rings. So you can see, like last night, I didn't sleep great last night. My deep sleep is red. I got very little deep sleep, and then my other 3 are all yellow. I haven't really dug that deep into a ton of things, but I do like to look at it in the morning, see how my sleep was, and then you also get like a sleep rating. So last night my rating was 80, even though it's a bunch of yellow and red, but I guess 80 is still pretty good. The other night I had like a 90 something. It was one of the weekend nights. I had like slept really well, but I am loving this. I'm loving this app. So whoever recommended it to me, thank you, thank you. It's the best. If you have been interested in tracking your sleep and you have an Apple Watch, there's some advice on how to finagle the charging, and then an app to help you look at it. Also, I repainted my nails today. We talked about the nails earlier this morning. I did it during a work call. The rest of it was easy to get off. I did buy pure acetone to help me get it off, so I don't know if it would come off with just nail polish remover. And then I did just white. I love white nails. Good morning. It is Wednesday and I am sitting down at my desk about to get started with work, but I had 2 things I wanted to tell you. The first one is I have a love-hate relationship with this new Sharpie pen. So I got the S-Gel 1.0. I bought the 07s like back in March, I think, and I love them. And I've been using them a lot in a lot of different places, and I actually like can't find anymore. I think I only bought like a 4-pack the first time. I don't think I bought the 12-pack and then lost them all. I think I bought the 4-pack and I have like 1 that I can find. And so I went to Amazon to order some new ones, and I saw that they had the 1.0, and so I thought I would try that because I love a thick pen. Well, like I said, love-hate relationship. I do love this pen. I love the way that it writes. I love the way that it feels. I love the way that it looks. What I don't like is because it's so much thicker, it leaves a much more noticeable ridging on the other side. Like it's annoying on all the paper that I've used it on. Every planner that I've tried, there's a ridging on the other side. So I think I will reserve this pen strictly for like to-do lists or like things where I know I'm not writing on the backside, but for things where I need the backside to still look nice, especially like my daily planner. I again love the way that it looks and the way that it writes, but I'm gonna have to go back to the 07s. The other thing I wanted to tell you about is how I'm trying this new thing where I stay in my workout clothes all day. I'm still trying it out this week to see if it works, but I've been trying to go for a walk in the morning before work, not as exercise. I mean, I know it is movement, but just to get some fresh air and get some steps in and get outside before it gets insanely hot. So I have been just going for a 30-minute walk. I don't try to get a certain pace. I don't try to go at a certain distance. I just turn on a podcast and I just walk. And so I like have to change out of my pajamas in order to do that. But then I'm trying to work out, like a real workout after work at like 4-ish when I'm done with work, because I get done at 5 p.m. Eastern time if there isn't crazy things going on, which there has been lately. But either way, I am trying to work out after work. And so it doesn't make sense to put on clothes to go for a walk. And I guess I could put on like comfier clothes and then come home and work in those clothes and then put on actual workout clothes when I'm done working. I don't know. I'm still trying to figure this out because it's not super comfortable to sit here all day. If I'm being honest, it's the sports bra. That's the one part of sitting here in this outfit all day that I don't like. The tank top and the leggings like don't bother me as much. The sports bra is not super comfortable, but like it just seems silly to change that many times. So I don't know. Hopefully I'll figure it out soon and see if this is something I'm gonna keep up with, but that's how my morning's going. Okay, so for breakfast, I had a leftover kolache. We hung out with Sam's mom over the weekend and she brought us kolaches, and I've been trying to resist them because they're just packed full of calories, but I had one for breakfast this morning. So I'm having a smoothie for lunch, and I posted a picture of this on Instagram over the weekend, and I've gotten a ton of questions about it. So I thought I would include it quickly in a weekly vlog. So what I do is when bananas and spinach are starting to go bad, I will put them in little freezer bags, and I usually do 1.5 bananas. I don't know why, it just seems when I make smoothies for both of us, like I make a batch and we split it, a banana and a half seems to work the best, and then just as much spinach as I can get from the container, and I freeze those. So this is kind of what makes it more smoothie consistency. As long as I have these frozen ingredients, I don't add ice. So then I add unsweetened almond milk as my like liquid, and then I add 2 different kinds of protein. So this one is animal-based protein. It's grass-fed beef protein from the brand Equip. My friend Brooke recommended this. And then this one is protein, but it's also collagen. So it does have a little bit of protein, but that's not the main focus. So I'll do 1 scoop of each, and then again, I make the batch and then we split it. Sometimes I will add an additional fat into the smoothies, whether it's an avocado or some like coconut oil or peanut butter. I mostly just do that in the morning though, because I find that we both could use that extra kind of oomph in the morning. Since I'm making it for lunch, I'm not gonna bother. And we're done. Now I'm gonna try to pour this in with one hand. It is a ridiculously ugly color, but I promise it tastes good. I know I've talked about it a million times. I talked about it in vlogs, in my favorites video, but I just want to say it again in case you are new here or you forgot. This cookbook is amazing. I'm trying something a little bit different today. Normally I sit at the end of the table so that I can see the whole room. Like I have my back to the wall and I can see the whole living room and the kitchen. But I sat here when I was eating breakfast today, and I really kind of liked being in the middle of the table and having like all the space that I need, and then being able to like see out the windows. So I decided to move all my work stuff over here, and I'm gonna sit here in the middle of the table and work from here today and see how it goes. Also, I didn't even bring out my monitor this week because this week has just been crazy busy and I've just been working on my laptop. But I need to be better about getting out my monitor, because even if I don't necessarily need the second monitor, it is so much better for my posture if I'm looking at a monitor versus looking down at my laptop. Hello, it is Thursday evening. I just got done with work. It was a good day. It was a busy day, but it was a good day. And I liked my new spot at the table. I liked sitting in the middle of the table and looking all the way outside instead of like having to turn my head. It was nice. It was a good day. However, I realized one of the problems with wearing my workout clothes all day is I get cold. And this happened earlier in the week as well, because the air conditioning is on full blast. And so I've had to put on like a sweatshirt over my tank top, because before, when I was wearing comfy clothes, I would wear like a long sleeve shirt. It's not really that big of a deal, just something I noticed and wanted to share. It doesn't necessarily mean more laundry because it's still like under this, so it's not that big of a deal. But it does, like, I feel a little bit cozier, and so I'm not quite, like, I forget that I'm in workout clothes, so the whole to go work out, like, is not quite as strong. But I think that's okay, because I'm gonna switch around my editing and my workout today. Part of the reason is my phone is like basically dead because I forgot to plug it in, and so in order to do the Peloton class that I wanted to do on my phone needs to be charged. And I'm cozy and just good sitting here at the table, and I still have a little bit of tea left. I made a cup of tea in order, I kind of was craving a cup of tea or a cup of decaf anyways, but I really wanted to make my first Instagram reel. If you haven't updated your Instagram, there's a new feature, which, like, I am a creature of habit, and new features are sometimes like super overwhelming to me, but I know that on Instagram, if you use a new feature when it's new, Instagram is way more likely to promote it. And so I was like, all right, we're gonna make a reel today. So I made a reel of myself making a cup of tea, like afternoon pick me up, and that's what I did this afternoon. So I have a little bit of tea left, and I'm gonna finish that while I edit the vlog, and then I'm gonna go work out and then come back down. I think we're gonna do something easy for dinner, like grilled cheese and tomato soup, because I just don't feel like cooking, and Sam is super busy. He just made an announcement. I don't know if I've mentioned it here, but he he didn't switch companies, but he is working under a new umbrella under the company. It's hard to explain, but anyway, so he's super busy. So I think we're gonna keep it easy tonight. Grilled cheese, tomato soup. It also just sounds really good. Not that it's like any kind of soup weather at all. It's summer, it's hot and sunny. All right, when I say tomato soup, I mean this organic tomato soup from Trader Joe's that is so good. It goes very well with grilled cheese. We actually had it over the weekend, so we needed to use up the rest of this tomato soup because we usually can get 4 bowls out of it because you don't need a whole bowl of tomato soup when you're having grilled cheese. And then I've got 3 grilled cheeses on the stove because Sam wanted 2 tonight. And then I also made some frozen green beans because I figured we could also use a vegetable. I mean, I guess there's vegetable in the tomato soup, but like a green vegetable. I also like that the green beans have 4 servings in a bag. So I have 2 on the plates for tonight. And then I have 2 going into Tupperware containers because we were talking about this, or I was talking about this with one of my patrons about how tough it is to sometimes get vegetables in on the weekends because we just say like, oh, it's the weekend and we're gonna eat pizza and just relax. But having these vegetable servings like in the fridge ready to go, I think will help us make sure that we get at least some greens in over the weekend. Hello, it is Friday. We have made it to the end of the week. Well, I've made it to the end of the week. Today was bittersweet. It was our intern's last day and I am gonna miss her. It flew by, it absolutely flew by. Normally the internship is a 10-week program, but because we were doing it virtually, they shrunk it down to only a 5-week program. So it flew by and I am gonna miss her, but I'm also kind of excited to get a little bit of time back. There's obviously some additional time that goes into, you know, managing somebody else. So that should be good. It has been a good work week, sitting in different places. I moved down 1 more seat today, so I'm sitting in an even different spot at the table, but overall, it's been really good, and I am excited for the weekend. We don't have any plans, really, at all. The weather should be nice, so we definitely want to spend some time outside, spend some time in the water. Obviously, I need to film and edit and like those kinds of things. But if you watch my goals video, I talked about how I'm not actually slating any goals in for the weekend because I do know that I have other things I want to do, like film and edit and meal prep. And so I wanna make sure that I still have plenty of weekend time to like relax and soak up our last few weeks here in Texas. I just posted this on Instagram. Actually, let me show it to you. If you didn't see it on Instagram, I started making a New York list. So a list of things I wanna do once we get back to New York. So far on the list, we have Snuggle Charlie, get a haircut, go see the dentist, order in from our favorite restaurant, sushi, pizza, bagels, wash my makeup brushes. I didn't bring any of that with me. I mean, I haven't been using them that often, let's be honest, but like they could use a wash. And declutter with the mindset of I didn't use it for 3 months. Like, do I really need it? Is it seasonal? Is it something that I would only wear if I go back to work? Like what does that look like? Why do I need it if I didn't need it for 3 months? It's love-hate. Like I am gonna be sad to leave the water and the space here, but I'm excited to get back. I also got another package that I wanted to share with you. Let's go over to the kitchen from Plum Paper. So I think I mentioned this somewhere, but I have a Plum Paper discount code that gets you 10% off and then it gives me a $10 credit back to the shop that expire very quickly. So I have to like order things before they expire. So I ordered 2 things from Plum Paper. The first one is just a notebook, which is, I actually thought I got a 7x9 notebook, but turns out I got the small notebook, which is the same size as like my daily planner. And this is gonna be my new morning pages notebook. So I was using a 7x9 notebook and now I'm gonna use the smaller one, but I'm gonna upgrade myself to 2 pages instead of just 1. And that's all that's in here is lined pages. Like there's literally nothing else. I did like a notebook and then all my add-on pages, I did lined notebooks. So it's pretty thick, like it's a really thick notebook and it's all lined pages. So we'll see how long this actually lasts me. The other thing that I got, I'm excited about, is a recipe journal. I don't really know what to call it. I got this cute pineapple cover on it, but I've been trying to kind of document some of our favorite recipes now that we're cooking a lot more. Okay, let's be honest. I'm gonna prop you up on the face because this is something I want both of my hands to be able to show you. Let's move my giant water bottle. So when you open it up, it just says recipe book on the inside, and then it has this sort of like table of contents. So there's a bunch of different categories. So it's got this like generic table of contents that gets you to the section. And then you have your specific table of contents where you can fill in what recipes you're putting in there and then what page number it's on. And then it has just a bunch of different sections. So we start with appetizers and it's got a page for each recipe that looks like this. So you've got recipe, difficulty level, prep time, cook time, number of servings, ingredients, and then directions. And I'm not sure if I'm gonna fill in everything or if some of the ones that I have from the internet, I might print and like tape it in here or glue it in here. So that's the appetizer section. And then it goes into soups and salads. So it's a slightly different green, and you can see on the side, it's got like markings for which section is which. I kind of wish there were tabs. That would be ideal. I could see myself eventually someday adding tabs into this if it's something that I find that I really like. And then you've got a main dishes section. I wish that this section was bigger. Like looking at it like this, it looks like it's the same size for all the sections. And I feel like for main recipes, I would have more, but I don't know. So main recipes, and then you have a dessert section, and then the last section is drinks. That's fun. So it's got a drink section at the end, and then it's got a bunch of notes pages in the back, and then it has a pocket in the back, so you can always stick recipes in there from magazines or that you print out until you get it transferred over. And then I got 2 clear page protectors. Again, I'm not sure what I'm gonna put in these, if I'm gonna put more recipes, like use it as additional pocket space, or like recipes that don't fit into one of these categories. I don't know what that would be, but I got 2 page protectors, partially because I thought it would be a good addition, and then partially because the other thing about the Plum Paper credits, which I've talked about before, is you can't use a portion of them. They come in amounts of 10. And so I added enough to this notebook to get me to an even like 10 break point to use all of my credits. So that is the recipe journal. I'm excited about it. I don't know if I'm gonna start setting it up quite yet or wait until we get home. Maybe I'll add that to my New York list too. But that is gonna be it for this week. I thought this weekly vlog was gonna be a little bit longer because I've been vlogging a lot, but when I got caught up with editing last night, it looks like it's gonna be our normal like 30 minutes. But I am happy to be back with you. I hope you enjoyed this weekly vlog. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. If you're new here, please click that subscribe button. I upload new videos every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. Thank you so much for watching. Happy planning. Back to the start. I'm out of breath from running down the stairs. Hang on. The chia taken in. There's a fly driving me insane. Helps me accomplish another goal. Don't flash my teeth. Flash my teeth with the Sharpie. I just poked myself in the eye. It is dishes section. I wish that this section, this is just